Hello, I am at the Railroad Bridge of Doom on the Wisconsin, just south of Sauk City, or really west of Sauk City. There's someone left a barbecue machine behind me, some cups, and some trash over there. Don't be that guy. This is how places close down. If you're gonna fish here, don't leave a giant barbecue thing over there behind me. By the way, I usually pick stuff up, but what the hell am I gonna do with that thing? I probably can't even get it up the little steps thing. So, fortunately, I'm gonna have to leave that for someone else. Hopefully they can pick it back up. But anyways, we're gonna throw out, worms here and then hopefully catch some bait. And even in this colder water, since it's like end of October, beginning of November, even flatheads prefer smaller bait and cut bait. So hopefully we can get a big fish. All right, we're gonna toss it out as much as we can, at least to the end of the bridge. We wanna get it as deep as possible as we can in the river. That should be good enough. About 20 feet deep there. Should take a little bit of string and hopefully we can get a good fish. Well, I got the 2 worm baits out, so now I'm going to toss this little shad lure. I see some fish jumping out there. I'm not exactly sure what they are. Pretty much every fish bites worms, so I am really hoping that I get something sooner or later. I don't care if it's buffalo, catfish, walleye, because I've gotten plenty of walleyes on baits, or anything else, or maybe even a muskie. Muskie might bite this lure, but I've not caught a muskie here. But a giant flathead would be awesome, but it is getting kind of cold. Oh, I got a fish on the bridge. It's been a while. Don't exactly know what it is, but a couple of these keep hitting my bait. I'm pretty sure it's not a gar, because gar wouldn't be... That's a small drum. Oh, this one's not even that small. This one is not that small. Oh, it destroyed my worm. But anyways, freshwater drum. This one's not a small one. We're not going to use it, but freshwater drum. All right, fishy. See ya. Backflip into the water. So if you're actually going to fish here, just make sure you don't fall off here. It is about 10-15 feet right off the edge, and there is a current here, so there's a good chance you might die if you fall here. So dying, not recommended. All right, I finally have something. I've been trying to go after this fish for a while. It's finally on. It ain't getting away either. I don't think it's that small. That's not big. Whatever this fish is, it keeps stealing my bait. I think it's a bluegill, because that's the only thing it could be, but it feels a little big to be a gill. Probably is a pretty big gill. No, it's a drum. But that doesn't make any sense, because drums should definitely hook. Okay, that's a pretty big drum too. Not using that for bait, but freshwater drum. Interesting. All right, fish, see ya. I do believe something's pulling this downstream. Yeah, it's a fish. It's a light one though. Ain't that small. I think it's another drum. This place is full of drums. Is that a drum? No, it's a gato fish. Channel gato fish. All right, we got another species, channel gato. We're gonna release it. We have caught bigger ones here. So channel gato fish right under the bridge. Very small, but kind of fat gato. See ya. All right, the worm is still in pretty good shape, so I'm just gonna launch it back out. I was hoping that would be a giant, but by the way it was biting, no way. But anyways, I'm gonna put some bigger bait on sooner or later, like a couple of worms together, and just string them out a little bit further, kind of like where the current meets the still water, and hopefully we'll actually get something. But hey, 2 drums and a gato today so far. Isn't too bad, but I'm hoping that I can get more fish. All right, just as the sun's setting, we got another fish. This one's got a little bit of fight in it. I think it's probably a drum, but it's not a super small one. It's not really swimming like a drum, more like a red horse. Maybe it is a red horse. Yep, that's what I thought, a sucker. They are here. This one's a little small though. I'm really tempted to cut this. I might actually. It's just one of those like red horses, but man, that would make really good bait. But it is a little big though, I will say. It is a little big. You're lucky you're like a little big. Otherwise you'd be fish bait. Let's see you, red horse. And it waddles off. All right, we are going to throw this out under the bridge slightly, because it seems to be like everything is under the bridge. Doesn't seem to be anything else that's not under the bridge, honestly. And at nighttime, like, this is a pretty good time to actually start throwing bigger baits, and I will in a while. But it seems like pretty much everything is under the bridge, and there's not much that's not under the bridge. Actually got a decent size one. This one actually feels really big. I don't know what it is. It actually feels like a rock. It might be one of the big flatheads. I really want it now. Really want it. This one feels big, actually. It is not a small fish. It's in the middle of the Wisconsin. Feels like it's like 15 pounds. I want it. And I want it bad. It's taking some drag now. Yeah, I don't know what this is, but it ain't small. Let me tell you that, my friends. This one ain't small. This one's gonna be pretty gato. It's gonna be huge. I don't know if it's actually gato. It could be like a big buff or something, but it feels really heavy. And it's not fighting much. The water's cold, so these things are gonna be pretty these things are actually going to be not that heavy right now. But I mean, these things aren't gonna be that active right now, but it's gonna be a long fight, guys. It's gonna be a really, really long fight. I better be able to lift it up. This thing is big. Okay, I think it just recognized it's actually hooked. So, yeah. Oh my God, now it's taking drag. Just put the drag a little tighter, but it's gonna probably be like a 20-minute fight because it feels like an anchor on the bottom. It legit feels like an anchor on the bottom. It is a big one. My arm's hurting. My arm's hurting. It's moving me under the bridge. See that? See that? See that? Taking a lot of drag, guys. Taking a ton of drag now. And the drag isn't super loose right now, but it's big. Oh yes. This could be a new PB. I know there are 40, 50-pound fish here. I definitely know there are 40, 50-pound fish here. And I have to get this one in. I may not be able to get something like this for a while. I want to see it at least. I want to see it, but it's still really far on the river. I haven't made that much progress with it, actually. Not made that much progress with it at all. I'm pretty sure it's a flathead because a channel would rip and run and then I'd be able to reel it in. And this feels heavier than most channels I've gotten. I mean, I know channels can get up to like 30 pounds, but this is fighting like a flathead. It's slowly taking drag and it just feels so big. Feels very, very big. Like my arm's already straining a bit. See, now it's taking some drag back. Oh, I fought flatheads like this before, but this one might be the biggest one. I think it's hooked in pretty good. Just gotta make sure that I can get it in somehow. Not exactly sure how. Gotta tire it out. This is what happens when flatheads fight in cold weather. Like, they don't have super rip apart line thing. I can't fall in the water either, because if I do, I'm probably dead. Because, you know, this water is really kind of cold, 50-something degrees, and it's deep here. And this is why this place makes a good fishing hole, people. That's why this place makes a good fishing hole. All right, need more power. Call in my bonkai. This is worms, so I'm pretty sure it's hooked. It's not getting out. It's gonna be, hoping it's 30 pounds or more, and I think it's possible that it is. It's at least 10 or 15. I see a little shad there. Is that a sturgeon or a flathead? It could actually be a sturgeon. I thought it was a flathead, but there's every possibility it's a sturgeon. I think it is a sturgeon. Okay, it's not the fish I was after, but it will work. I can't let it go around that piece of wood. That's a big sturge. That is a big sturge. Not exactly what I was after, but it'll work. It'll work. I can't let it go around that piece of wood. No, stop it. Don't go around that piece of wood, please. Over here, sturgeon. Over here. It's gonna be the PB sturgeon, definitely. Yeah, it's like 3.5 feet long at least. It's like a 40-incher. Oh wow, that's big. It's It's pretty big. Looks like it's foul hooked, but it's actually fair hooked. It just wrapped the string around itself, so it's not getting out. It's not going away. Getting out. No sturgeon. Oh yeah, that's like a 4-footer at least. All right, I can guide it in this way as well. I do want to bring this guy in. I'd rather have him in. There he is. See that? It's a big one. It's probably like 30, 40 pounds. That's why it felt so heavy. Put him on the beach. That's a monster. That's a monster, my friends. That is a monster. Not the flathead gutterfish I was after, but I will take that one. It's the biggest sturgeon I've caught. It's not 60. Not that I can keep it anyways, and not that I would ever keep a sturge. But it's like probably 45, 50 inches. It's a good one. I was going after these in September, didn't catch anything. And now, caught this ancient beast. Definitely much bigger than the one I caught here in September. See that? It's a good sturgeon. Like them. Like that apples. All right. Nice sturge. There you go. See that? Nice sturgeon. Very large. Very large. That's probably like 4 foot. Nice sturgeon. It ain't going anywhere. It ain't going anywhere because it's coming up. Nice. See, it's hooked in the mouth there. Nice sturgeon. A good 4-footer. Victory today. 50-inch lake sturgeon. 50-inch lake sturgeon. The biggest fish in Wisconsin. 50 inches, probably a good 30, 40 pounds. Biggest fish of Wisconsin, lake sturgeon. Interesting, 50-inch lake sturgeon. Not what I was after though. After the flathead gutterfish, but that thing was probably as big as any flathead. A 50-incher probably weighs close to like 40 pounds or so. Might have been my PB freshwater fish, but I'm not going to count it as because I can't weigh a sturgeon. You can only measure them about 50 inches. All right, let's get this back out there and see if we can get a flathead gutterfish. All right, I think I actually got a fish. It's not a very big one, but it is a fish. Surprised I got one. What is it? Oh, it's a common carp. Got a carp. I actually have never caught a carp here, but they're definitely here. Common carpio. Very nice. Not a big one though, not a big one, but we got one. Common carp. Seems like we got everything except for large gutterfish today. See ya, carp. There it goes. Trying to swim ashore, but it can't do that, so gonna go back. See ya, carp. That was an interesting adventure, of course. 50-inch lake sturgeon, about 30 pounds. That's what it felt like. That's what it said on the table too, on length to weight. You can't really weigh lake sturgeons because of the mouth, the way their mouth is shaped. Wanted to get them back in the water pretty quick too. But yeah, let that one go, obviously. Not sturgeon season, wouldn't keep them anyways. But the biggest fish in Wisconsin. I'll be fishing around the Sugar and maybe some other the smaller rivers soon before it gets really cold this week. And I think I'll be catching some bass as well. So I'll see you on the next adventure. Please like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. And I'll see you guys later.